नैनं शन्दन्ति शस्त्राणि नैनं दहति पावकः न चैनं क्लेदयान्तपो न शोष्यति maruta. Meaning, soul cannot be wounded by a weapon, cannot be burnt by fire, can't be moistened by water or blown away by wind. Hello, my lovely listeners. My name is Ghazal, and today I welcome you all to my podcast of Bhagavad Gita. And today we are going to talk about Chapter 2 of Holy Bhagavad Gita, which talks about the transcendental knowledge, the knowledge which is cosmic. It's also called Sankhya Yoga. This knowledge cannot be objectified. It is divine. Therefore, in order to attain this immense knowledge, Lord Krishna also asked the same question to Arjun. Are you ready to attain this knowledge? Well, if you listen to this question carefully, to attain this significant knowledge, you have to have a feeling of surrender and faith towards Lord, because it is going to give you a cosmic understanding of yourself. Not just yourself. When I talk about self, I don't mean the material physical body. I mean the soul. How did the soul come to your body? Who created this world? Why are we destined with karma? All these questions are going to be answered in today's episode with the help of Arjun's problem. So let's draw a bridge from Dwapar to Kalyug and transit ourselves, because our problems are similar to Arjun. Therefore, it is important to discover your inner Arjun and relate it to your day-to-day life problems. If you have heard my previous chapter that spoke about Arjun's dilemma, how highly Arjun is delusioned in his own emotions. He is still feeling the same. The situation now in the middle of the battlefield is getting worse, because Lord Krishna has understood that Arjun is not ready to lift his Gandiv bow and arrow and fight this battle. Because now he is thinking and delusioned about his family love, about his dynasty, and the kind of destruction and devastation this war is going to bring. Now, Lord Krishna is about to talk, because until now, he has not spoken a word. Before I get into the words of Lord, I request you all to forget everything, because this chapter is one of the largest chapters of Bhagavad Gita, and it requires your deep dedication to understand this deep knowledge. Lord Krishna asked Arjun, Arjun, I thought you are like a spiritual priest, or you have an understanding of the cosmic universe. But you are neither of these. Because if you would have been one, you wouldn't have asked this sort of foolish question to me. Yes, Lord Krishna is also little bit angry at Arjun, because he was not seeing this coming. He didn't know that Arjun is gonna behave the way he is behaving when the battle is about to commence. He tells Arjun, look around you, look at your opponents, look at your own army. They all are ready with the conch shells. They are ready to blow these conch shells to motivate themselves. And here you are, getting delusioned about a commencement of this war. It doesn't suit you, Arjun, because you are a Kshatriya. Kshatriya is a community known for their strength as a warrior. You are a Kshatriya, you are a warrior. You are supposed to undertake this karma as a warrior without thinking about the repercussions. And the kind of grief which you're getting in your heart, the sorrow doesn't suit you because it's a temporary feeling. Happiness, peace, sorrow, emotional, love, it's all the phases of life. None of the emotions are permanent, as it keeps changing with the change of time, with the change of situation in your life. Therefore, when you have to come up to any decision making, you have to keep certain emotions in a constant manner without them impacting a social decision. Because this decision of war is not your individual decision making. It is going to involve so many people, so many armies. Then also Lord Krishna reminds Arjun about the various reasons which has led to this war. He spoke about the exile, disrobing of Draupadi, and so many things which has led to this war. And what about the peacemaking offer which Lord Krishna took to the court of Kuru Rashtra? They declined and asked for war. Lord Krishna reminds Arjun, if you will not undertake this war, do you think that you are that capable that you are going to stop this destruction? He reminds Arjun of his self-being. He says, if this war has to happen, you have to just think about your own individual karma as a warrior. Do not worry about the consequence. Just undertake the war because right now that's your ethical thing to do. Lord Krishna further says, the way our emotions are temporary, so is our existence. Lord Krishna talks about an act of rebirth and death and reminds Arjun, it's not like we have not existed before. It's not like this is the first time we are encountering each other. Look at the army around you. Do you think these kings, this army has not existed before? Everybody has existed. Maybe the physical form of their presence were different, but they have originated from the same soul. Soul meaning energy, and energy never dies. Energy is present in this universal vacuum, and the truth is, the one who has taken the birth has to die, and the one who dies has to take a rebirth. Therefore, Arjun, the way our emotions are temporary and it changes with the situation in our life, similarly, the world keeps changing, and we also change our physical form. This body is just a material body which is made up of Panch Tattva, the five combination of nature, but our soul never dies. After death, the only thing which we carry to our grave is our spiritual knowledge, our cosmic understanding about divine, our faith, because the journey further continues from there. Therefore, Arjun, you have to only think about the goal. Don't get deviated from the goal. If you have to attain a goal, you have to be disciplined. Disciplined in your sensory pleasures. These sense organs should not be driving you. Instead, you should be having a command over your sense organs. Therefore, you should be capable to drive your mind. Do not let your heart sway by, because it's not gonna cause you any sort of benefit. You just have to think about your karma, your karma. And right now, your karma as a Kshatriya, as a warrior, is to fight this war. Do not think about what the end result is going to be, because that is not in your hand. What is in your hand is your action. What is Lord Krishna telling you guys? Have you been into this kind of ethical battlefield between your heart and between your actions? Think about your professional world. Think about your personal life. Do we get deviated from the goal on a regular basis? With the very low retention power of our brain, are we also getting deviated? Are we inconsistent in what we do? We expect a lot. We hope a lot. But then are we feeding our actions with complete excellence? Are we able to keep our sensory pleasures aside? And then Lord Krishna quotes an example of a tortoise. Lord Krishna says, the way tortoise has a capability to retract their limbs into shell and look like a stone, similarly, we should also have a control over our emotions. When the limbs of different emotions come out from our heart, we should have a power to control it. Although it looks and sounds difficult, but with an act of meditation and with an act of karma, you would be able to do it. Therefore, Arjun, focus on your discipline. Make sure that you have a complete control over your senses and fight this battle. Because don't forget, there are several reasons behind this battle. And when you're looking at your family, which includes in both the parties, which is in both the armies, don't think them as a physical body. They are just energies. But their energy has been so corrupted right now that they are not able to purify themselves in this physical presence of the body. He asked Arjun to look at Duryodhan. He asked Arjun to look at Dushasan, to look at Yutsu. All these brothers are a part of an opponent army. Then he reminds Arjun about Vikaran. Vikaran was a brother of Duryodhan, but he was the one who raised his voice when the disrobing of Draupadi was happening in public. Yuyutsu, who was a son of Dhritarashtra by a maid, although he was a good friend of Pandavas, but he had chosen to take a side of his brother. Lord Krishna reminded Arjun to think about Vibhishan, how difficult it would have been for Vibhishan to go against his brother. But for the social cause, he took that action. He is comparing Arjuna's delusion with lot of histories which has happened and trying to tell Arjun that it's difficult to make a decision at times, but to help them, to help these souls who are not able to progress in this physical body because it's being so corrupted, you have to release them from this material body so that these souls can merge with divine, go under a purification process and take a rebirth in a different form. Lord Krishna further reminds Arjun of this physical body and compare it to a piece of garment. And he tells Arjun how you have to throw the garment away which is already ripped. Similarly, we face different phases in life starting from infanthood, childhood, younghood, then we get old, and then we die. Our body is just a garment. Whenever the soul needs a new body, it has to go under purification process, sustains the spiritual knowledge, and take a rebirth in a different form. Therefore, do not look at people as a physical presence. Help them to revive their soul. And now, Lord Krishna also in a way challenges Arjun. And why are you thinking about the destruction of this world? If there wouldn't be any destruction, there won't be new beginnings. And you are neither a cause of the creation, nor you would become a cause of a destruction, because you do not have that power as a human being. So let divine choose what he wants to do. You are just responsible for your respective individual karma. Focus on that, Arjun. Look at these people around you who consider you as a great warrior. If today you decide to run away from this battle, they are just going to remember you as a disreputed warrior. It's going to cause you a lot of defame. You would be embarrassed your whole life, and they would mock behind your back. So even if you are working towards the sustenance of the society, do you want to be remembered as a mockery, or you want to be remembered as a great warrior who gave his best in the battle? To which Arjun says that I have already surrendered my faith to you, because I see you as a mediator of the divine knowledge. Thus, you are the one who is going to help me to come out of this dilemma, because I know I am being influenced by my emotion. Guys, why I mentioned the feeling of surrender? When you surrender your faith and yourself to the destiny created by Lord, lot of people stop working towards it. You cannot just sit back and relax and think that everything is gonna come to you because I have surrendered myself to God. No, the universe does not reciprocate to you in that way. You have to work for your action, and that is what Lord Krishna tells Arjun. I accept your surrenderance, but you have to get up and work for yourself, because the ones who help themselves are being helped by God. So Arjun, think about your individual ethical karma as a warrior and fight this battle. You have to have a still mind which will bring excellence to your skills. Like in the flowing ocean, when the river joins in, is not able to disturb the stillness of a sea, similarly, none of the actions should be able to make your emotions stimulated. You have to be that kind to yourself to have a control over your mind completely. In this chapter, Lord Krishna has explained Arjun about the sensory pleasures and how to control the reactions. How to control your reactions and convert into responses. He has spoken about the stillness of mind, spoken about the importance of a goal orientation, and also the difference of physical presence and a cosmic presence, and how the internal soul, which is an energy of a human being, should be looked at more than a physical presence. And the knowledge is going to continue further in chapter 3, wherein Lord Krishna is going to explain about our favorite chapter, which is Karma Gyan, the Karma Yoga, an action which is being driven by a yoga. For that, you have to come back to this podcast, which will be out soon about Karma Yoga, and we will get to learn a lot in the next episode as well. I know that this particular episode was quite deep and it would have forced you to think a lot. But I am sure people who heard me very deeply also got an answer for a lot of the queries which they have in their mind. Discover your Arjun, surrender yourself, and get up and act. My name is Ghazal Srivastav. I am signing off in the name of Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna.